It is time for another exciting episode of Anything But Politics. The premise here is simple. I take some topics, I bring on my friends, and we talk. And the only deal is the topics are anything but politics, because people bitch about politics all the time. It's the number one talk topic. People need a break. And the guest today is the woman you see if you're on YouTube. Or if you're somehow, have some sort of a chip in your brain where you could pick the signal up, or you're going to hear her as well. She's very talented, very funny, lovely and talented Lisa Whittingham. Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I feel like I ambushed you a little bit because I reached out to you and said, I'd love to have you do this, because you were going to come back on the regular podcast and talk about the big girl real job that you have. It's a very important job as a therapist.
Thank you.
And but you're very funny. You always make me laugh. You're very funny. I don't say that about many people. You're very funny, and I thought you'd be perfect for this.
Coming from you.
So I thought you'd be perfect for this. So we're going to dive right in.
Let's dive. Let's do it.
Here's the way this is going to work. I'm going to give you a series of topics, and you just tell me which one you want to do first, okay?
All right.
All right. Number one, 2 guys and an armored truck. Number 2, save Fifi, not me. Number 3, shove some of that money in your mouth. Number 4, I'm holding my calls. Or number 5, FOMO or FOPO. Any of those you want to start with?
I like FOMO or FOPO.
All right, now, I'm sure you know what FOMO is.
I do.
Yeah, explain to people what FOMO is.
Yes, the fear of missing out.
Right, and I have, I guess it'd be phobia, fear of being included. Yeah, because, I've said it before. I'm a great guest, a great gift giver, but if you don't invite me, it's a mistake. Invite me. There's not a great chance I'll show up. But at least you'll get a nice gift.
Oh, there you go. That's not a bad deal.
No, the honesty matters. But FOPO, I had never heard of. And according to the New York Post, occasionally doing news, FOPO is a dangerous habit most people don't realize they're partaking in, and some experts are calling it a hidden epidemic. And FOPO is a fear of missed opportunities.
Oh.
Where you second guess your choices in life. And you grind yourself to a halt. It sounds to me, you're the therapist, but it sounds to me like a little OCD in there.
A little bit.
And a little bit of various other neuroses. And you put them all in a blender and you come out with a Slurpee. Yeah.
I think...
Specifically, by the way, fear of a better option. I said FOPO. It's FOBO. FOBO.
Oh, FOBO. Okay.
Fear of a better option. In other words, I made this choice. It's what you have right now. You chose to do this with me now. Your fear is, I could have done anything else. I could have gone in another direction.
That's right. I could be running on the lakefront right now.
Yes, you could. Yes, and I'm keeping you from it. So here's what I'm reading. People who suffer from it lose faith and confidence in themselves, and their performance suffers in all aspects of their life. Kind of heavy, right?
That's a little heavy.
Yeah. So not exactly what I'm looking for to yuck it up here, but by the same token, what's the advice? And I'm asking for free.
Yeah. So wait, ask the question again. I want to make sure I'm clear.
So FOMO, fear of FOPO is fear of people's opinions.
Okay.
And for FOBO is fear of picking a wrong choice, wrong option. So you're afraid of what people are going to think, and you're afraid you chose the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. And it grinds people to a halt, like I said. Should I go to the party? I don't know if I go to the party. Should I go to the party? Should we go to the party? I don't know if we should go to the party. Maybe we should go to the party. 2 hours later, if we leave right now, we could get there. I don't know if we should go. You make people crazy, but most importantly, you're making yourself crazy.
Right. So in my business, we call that ruminating thoughts. Okay. So usually when we ruminate on things like that, especially things that we can't control, we're triggered by something. And and so what I tell my clients, well, first I think there's 2 parts here. One is that issue of feeling left out.
Yep.
So that is...
It's like when you're a little kid, right? Everybody gets to go to the birthday party but you.
Yeah, it's the worst. But now the thing that sucks is, everybody can see where everybody is, right? social media. I mean, we didn't know where people were back in our days.
Right.
And now I even have grown adults, telling me that they see their friends on, at parties, on social media, and they feel left out. And so then if they're feeling bad, like imagine these poor little kids. So, so it's real.
And when you have a fear of people's opinions, like I told my kids when they were growing up, I said, look, you're perfectly entitled to be hurt by that, whatever that is. Mm-hmm. I said, but you can't let it change your entire day or a week or a month or whatever, because the rude person, whoever the person is, they're not thinking about you. Whatever they did to you, they've moved on.
Absolutely. Yes. And that is, so I do have a lot of clients with that. And of course, we all have that. I mean, I get that. I think it's called being human, right? And so I love the visual of like a movie or a play. Mm-hmm. And we're barely like a backup actor in most people's movie. And just like we have our movie, and somebody who thinks they pissed us off or are like, oh my God, I'm worried what she thinks, we probably didn't even notice them.
Right.
On the flip side. So basically, you're just a bit actor, or the camera just pans your face for a second in the other person's movie. So
right, and you're wasting your movie.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So good self-talk for that is, because it's not as simple as just saying let it go.
I mean, that's, yeah.
But I had somebody tell me at one point, and I don't know if this is, junk science or not, but I was in I've had clinical depression my whole life, and very honest about it on the air, on the radio, and all those years, because I think it's important. People hear it, right? People need to know.
Yes. We need more men like you.
You can talk about it, right?
We have to take the stigma away, right?
Right, absolutely. So by admitting that, and being in therapy 40 different times, somebody once said to me, here's what I want you to do. I want you to feel really shitty for 10 minutes an hour. And said you could take 2 hours, you could take 3 hours, you could take 10 minutes an hour all day long. But then the next day, tomorrow, you got to peel at least one of those hours off. And the day after that, you can peel one of those hours off. Because what you're doing is you're saying goodbye to that. This notion, this thing. And the clinical depression part doesn't get changed by that. But that's good. I thought that was good, healthy self-talk.
I like that.
Give yourself 10 minutes to feel shitty and move on.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Or like doing like a grief journal. Like if somebody's like going through a breakup or grieving, one tool that I share is, instead of just sort of like breaking down crying, when you're at work, when you're not supposed to be, to kind of like at the places you have to keep it together, think to yourself, okay, I'm going to give myself like 10 minutes when I get home, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get the waterworks going. Like look at a picture of the person, and then just, put a timer on and then just let it flow. But then the key is to make sure you stop, because it kind of like gives some closure and like puts a container around the grief. And then have some water, and then do something to distract yourself after.
Yeah, move on.
Hormones and tears. Did you know that, Steve?
No, but talk about that for a second, because crying is healthy, right?
Crying is healthy. Okay, now see, this is a hot topic, so you got to stop me if I go on too long.
No.
I'm very passionate about this. So the body is very wise and knows how to heal itself. And so two of the things that the body naturally does to heal itself is crying and sighing. Sighing like... Sure. So sighing releases physical and emotional tension from the body. Crying releases stress hormones through the tears. But, our society has made a mockery out of both of those, right? So if you were walked around sighing and crying all day, people would think you were nuts, but you'd probably be the healthiest person in the room.
Right. See, I didn't know that about sighing. I had heard the crying piece.
Yeah, it's a sound healing tool.
Because that sighing, that is a release.
Yes. And like chanting and that kind. So it's kind of in that same vein.
Primal scream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Most of my bosses had those. But again, I could not be a bigger fan and supporter of therapy, and we'll get into this more when you do the Live from My Office podcast, because people are so stressed out and all of that. All right, thank you for that. And again, fear of a better option, fear of people's opinions, don't let it cripple you. That's all.
Don't let me cripple you.
Yeah, we're cheering for you. We're rooting for you.
Yes.
All right, so moving forward, again, the topics are 2 guys in an armored truck. Save Fifi, not me. Shove some of that money in your mouth, or I'm holding my calls. Which one would you like?
Holding my calls.
This one is a little bit disturbing as far as I was concerned. New statistics are out that say that 58% of people take their cell phones into the potty, and that in any given year we lose a day and a half of time sitting in the bathroom with our phone.
Wow, interesting.
Now, I know men, spend a lot of time in there because being a dude. But do women do that? Do women take the phone in and just get lost? I mean, it's a bad place to go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. In fact, I did today. I got to admit it. So I think the answer is yes.
So is it healthy? I mean, it's not healthy by way of whatever germs are on your phone, but
Right.
is it healthy emotionally?
I think it depends. It depends on what we're doing with the phone. So obviously, there's many options. So I think if you keep it quick, keep it clean, and
And don't forget to wash your hands.
don't forget to wash your hands. Stay out of trouble.
It sounds like you're blending some mom advice in as well,
Always.
right? Never not a mom.
Never not a mom.
There was another number in this story that was kind of stunning. It was 500 Americans that were surveyed, but I don't know if most people realize most of your surveys where gross generalizations are made are done with about 500 people. Watching videos, 40% of people sit on the toilet and watch videos.
Now, where are we getting these stats, Steve?
I'm thinking from the people at Kohler. Well, I mean, I don't know. Who knows, right? Yeah. If you're going to agree to this study, I don't know what the double blind would be. 6 in 10 people admit to staying on the toilet longer than they need to because they're finishing something on their phone. Is it escape? Is it? Are we trying to get away from things? Is that what the whole phone thing is?
I would say that's definitely, I think you're on the right track there. Absolutely. And I think, I'm assuming these people are sitting that they surveyed. They're not standing. It's not a stand and scroll. It's a sit and scroll.
No, I mean, I got to be honest with you, just based on the physicality of things, standing and scrolling would be dangerous. I picture like Wrigley Field, where we the boys stand over the troughs.
Have you ever seen that, though, a stand and scroll?
Oh, yeah.
The old
Yeah.
SNS at the trough?
It's not good. All it takes is one.
I heard about you Cubs people. Us Sox guys, we don't do that.
All it takes is one slip and you're buying a new phone.
That's right.
You're not going in for that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now this is turning into a little bit of therapy. I feel a little bit guilty because I don't mean to make you a therapist through this, but you're providing good advice.
I love this stuff.
Okay, all right. All right, two guys in an armored truck. Save Fifi, not me, or shove some of that money in your mouth.
Oh, let's do the shove the money in the mouth.
Well, this one won't surprise you.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos and his fiancée are getting married, I think, is it today or tomorrow, in Venice.
Nice.
And the people of Venice are very upset. And the other day, in celebration of this multi-day festival of love, they had a foam party. By the way, how old is too old for a foam party? Because he's like my age, and she's...
I don't even know what that is.
It used to be a big thing in nightclubs where they would literally reduce, they'd shove foam, like it looks like shaving cream, but more sudsy. And they'd have it squirting out of these nozzles onto the dance floor and various other places. You think it'd slip and fall, but everybody starts playing in the
I
foam.
don't know what kind of rinky-dink places you're hanging out, Steve. Type of procedure. Where are you hanging out?
I'm a big club guy. Obviously, I'm a guy who hits the clubs.
I have to say, I've never experienced.
You don't know the foam parties. We did it once as a stunt with a radio show. I've never actually gone out to one, but yeah, it was a big thing. But I could be wrong. Listen, Jeff Bezos has a gazillion dollars. Congratulations. I'm not one to say billionaires should give away all their money. If you made it legally, then hopefully you're going to be kind enough to give some away. But by the same token, Venice, it's been very public that Venice is having problems with too much tourism. And the great city of Venice has got flooding issues like they never have. And the city's literally disappearing. So is there any place else in the world you could roll your 350-foot yacht into? I don't know.
Yeah. It must have been. So you said the canals are dried up. I thought maybe it was like he wanted the romance of the canals.
No, they're not dried up. And as a matter of fact, its high tide is getting higher. And the city itself is sinking. We were there a couple of falls ago. And it's everything you would hope it would be. It's Venice. Yeah, you've been there as well, so you know.
But not recently. I wasn't sure, like, what the gig was.
Were you there in high tide, low tide, or both?
I think it was like normal tide. I don't remember anything. It was in the 80s.
Well, the square, that square where everybody gathers.
Oh, yeah.
And high tide, that floods, and the cafes give out what amounts to, they're not hip waders, but they're these high boots. You literally sit in the water and eat your food while the water's rising, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this was going. Those damn Italians, they always have something going on.
They got something, they got it all figured out, don't they?
I mean, well, I always say, are you Italian?
No,
Oh,
I'm Northern European mutt, a little bit of everything.
Oh, I could see that. But I'm a little biased, but I always say the Italians have how to, like, a good quality of life figured out. Like, they know how to, like, they're backward ass politically and financially, and clearly, hydration is an issue over there. But in terms of, like, priorities, I think food, family, culture, the beach, mangiano.
Yeah,
So,
what you said. Now, have you been to Italy many, many times?
well, I studied there
You did?
in college. I did.
Where were you?
In Rome.
Oh, how great was that?
It was amazing. It was a dream. It was a dream. It was unbelievable. Yeah, I would jog to the Vatican every day. It was unbelievable. Very, very lucky.
Yeah, that city is incredible. And
Aside from, I have to add one caveat to that.
yeah.
And no offense to any Italian men that are listening, but the purebreds are trouble.
Oh, I bet they loved you. Oh,
Well,
I bet they loved you.
I mean, Steve, that's sweet, but they love anything that doesn't have a what.
Yes.
I mean, literally would come. It's normal for them just to walk right up to you. Oh, bellissima, Americana, I love you. I want to marry you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And grabby, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good story. So, after 4 months there, I was ready actually to get the hell out for that reason.
Right.
It was so annoying every time you went, and it wasn't just me. They do it to everybody. And so my sister came over to visit me, and we were like walking to some cafe or something, and sure enough, some Italian guy comes up and grabs me in the ass. And at that point, I had had it. It was like the straw. It was the grab that broke Lisa's ass. I started chasing this guy down
Come
the
on.
road. I swear. And my sister, what is wrong with you? I'm like, that son of a bitch. Yeah, she had to calm me down, but that was it. Like, I kept it together, but then I thought, that's
Wow.
it. No mas.
Are you prone to that, or was that a once in a lifetime snap?
Oh, that was a once in a while. Oh no, that was a once in a lifetime. I've never chased a man down because he grabbed my butt. And I encouraged him, in fact. Why not?
Yeah, and at least if you're going to do it, have a conversation first, have some sort of polite discourse before you reach in. And yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Come on,
if you want
come on.
access to the booty, you gotta,
Got to do a little work.
need a little pasta fajoule.
Yeah.
The fajoule, you got to get the pasta.
You know what? You just wrote 5 minutes of your act for stand-up right there.
I know, right?
Yeah, absolutely did. By the way, the Bezos-Sanchez wedding of the year in Venice kicked off yesterday. It will cost them somewhere between 10 and 20 million. But, Jeff Bezos, he's got that laying around in change jars because of Amazon. He was married for 25 years to his wife, Mackenzie. She is one of the great philanthropists in the world with the money that she received in their massive divorce settlement. She has given away more than any famous person in the past several years, the years that they've been apart. And Bezos stepped down from running Amazon. So if you didn't get your package delivered, you can't call him anymore.
Damn
You know,
it.
just pick it up.
Jeff. Dial.
Jeff.
Yep.
But do you have an opinion on the chasing of celebrities, the paparazzi? I mean, you know, it's sort of self-feeding, right? It's like Bezos and I'm spacing on her name. Oh, Sanchez. Bezos and Sanchez aren't necessarily saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. But by nature of the story, the cameras are there and people are there. So the story gets out on the internet and the internet gets pissed off and the whole thing cycles. You know, it's not unusual in Hollywood for celebrities to call paparazzi and have them come out and make sure that they do take pictures and then act offended. But it does seem like this is another one of the stories where the internet couldn't wait to get pissed off about it.
Yeah, I didn't know they actually called them and told them. Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
Ew.
I'll tell you a quick story. I was friends with Tom Arnold and Roseanne in the 90s when they got married. And they're both lunatics. And Tom was put in charge of sometimes calling the LA Times, the Hollywood Reporter, and saying we're going to be coming out of this restaurant or that restaurant, and we'll be fighting to create the buzz, create the story.
No frickin' way.
Yeah.
We're getting played.
That's right. You ever watch TMZ?
Which G?
TMZ, TMZ.
I do. I have.
So you know the premise. The guys sitting around talking about
phone parties, underground party network. You're bringing trend.
I really am shallow. I really am coming off as incredibly shallow. All right, next topic.
I have watched it. I have seen it.
Let's see. Next.
Oh, go ahead.
Next topic. Two guys in an armored truck say Fifi, not me. Yeah, those are our remaining two. What do you like?
Let's do Fifi.
This is another survey. I'm big on the surveys. A survey is out that says 56% of pet owners would cut their own lives short to extend their pet's life.
Wow.
So you're praying to the god of dogs and you're saying, take me, not Fido.
Wow, that is interesting. Although I have to say, I have grand dogs, and I'm leaning towards the fact that my kids might actually take the bullet for the dog.
Really?
Okay, this whole phenomenon going on. I'm sure
The lunacy about pets and the amount of money we spend, right?
Yeah, well, I think that these kids they're getting wise. They have pets and plants instead of babies now. This is what I'm seeing a lot in my practice.
Sure.
They're very nurturing to the plants and the dogs, and they have no interest in the human children.
That's not a great sign.
Well, I think they're using their noggins, right? I mean, that wasn't like back in the day where,
Where people got pregnant, had kids, and then thought about it later.
popping them out, right? I mean, they actually think it through, and so the planet's going to be gone soon, anyways.
Right. Well, it happens. Now, I will say this. We had, the last dog we had was named Cleo. It was years ago. And I had dogs my entire life. From the time I was a little kid and until well into my aging. But when Cleo passed, it was very sad. We were there for 15 to 20 years. But if somebody said, you're 50, you're 55, we could kill you tonight, and then Cleo gets to live, I still would have been sad, but I would have said, you're a good dog. Enjoy doggy heaven.
Arrivederci, Cleo.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised it's only 56% of pet owners, because the billions of dollars that people spend on their pets now is crazy to me.
Isn't it insane? That would be a great business to go into.
Yeah.
Buy stock in. I'm telling you. I mean,
And how about we live in a world where pet insurance is better than dental insurance?
right.
Right?
Absolutely. And I mean, I see it firsthand. I don't have dogs because after raising 5 kids and 3 dogs, I'm done dealing with other people's poop.
Yeah, listen, I don't blame you. And that whole thing, I grew up in rural upstate New York, and there was sort of poop socialism that went on. It's like if my dog goes in your yard, your dog will go in my yard. We'll just be heads up. Everything will be fine. I think most dogs look at us picking up the poop and go, why are we outside? If you're going to pick it up anyway, why are we outside?
Absolutely.
So, all right, I have one more on anything but politics with Lisa Whittingham. And again, I'm going to beg and plead that she comes back for live from my office, and we're going to talk about therapy and these stressful times that we're in.
Yay.
And this brings up your favorite place, Italy, as well. There are 7 countries in the world that will pay you to move there.
I know Italy's one of them.
Italy is one of them. Would you, now of course you have family here, but would you consider taking a little money, a payment of some sort, to go somewhere? And what's your country? Who are you going to pick? Is it Italy?
Very last part of it, that last thing you said.
Yeah, where would you go if somebody was willing to pay you? Yeah.
Oh, good question. Well, I think I've already said the answer.
You think it's Italy?
Would I have to live there or just visit?
No, this is move. This is primary residence stuff.
Definitely. Well, yeah, it's funny. I must have known you were going to ask that.
Yeah, because it dovetailed nicely into the story. Would you live in Rome or would you go somewhere else?
I would probably live somewhere by the ocean, like closer to the ocean.
Oh, yeah, in the south.
Yeah, I'm really bad with. I went to Catholic school, so they skipped geography, so I can't think of any towns.
Well, you're close to the Vatican, so you're off the hook.
Right.
Spain will pay you to live there. I did not know this. Spain is having problems with too many tourists. I loved Italy, man. I'd probably go back to Italy.
Hey, we can hang out.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, roommates.
Here we go.
To qualify in Spain, you have to have a teaching job offer in one of the subjects they need, but they're looking for teachers to come over. Chile. I've never been to South America. Have you?
No.
Yeah, Chile is looking for people. Great landscapes. Something called Startup Chile is backed by the Chilean Economic Development Agency, and you can apply for an equity-free investment to grow that startup company, and they will give you a place to live for 12 months while you apply for permanent residency.
Wow. Sign me up.
And I don't even know where this is. Pitcairn Island? Pitcairn. I've heard of it, but I couldn't tell you where it is.
That doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. If you really want to get away, Pitcairn Island, one of the most isolated places on Earth. It's part of the British Overseas Territory in the South Pacific. It has a population of 50 people, no airport. You fly to New Zealand, and you boat to Pitcairn. And the government says, yeah, we understand that most people won't buy in, but if you do, you'll never leave.
Oh, wow. See, my dad would love that.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. He just wants to be, literally, like we say, like on an island by himself. Doesn't want to, yeah. And hi, Mom and Dad. They're like beyond themselves that I'm doing this.
Oh, that's great. Well, hi to them. And,
I love you.
And hi to everybody at the company. Mention your dad's company.
Whittingham Meats.
Yeah, Chicago legend.
Well, yes, so I've heard. On 127th for your grilling needs.
Right. Go get a steak.
Welcome, Ricky. That's my brother.
New migrant home plots are offered on a leasehold basis. These sites, think about this, Pitcairn Island now. These sites measure about 16,000 square feet in size. The land is free.
Oh.
Then you just got to build a house on it.
Yeah, I think that's a...
It's time for Dad to sell a couple extra steaks.
That's right. Ricky or Bobby, if you're listening, you gotta push the...
Move that meat.
Move the meat. Push the pork chops. Remember when we met, I had a pork chop in my shirt?
You did. And hi, Julie, our mutual friend. You did. You had a pork chop. You had a purse pork chop. You actually did.
Well, who doesn't? I was surprised you didn't.
No, that's right. No, the problem is if I start carrying meat around in a purse or a guy bag, I'll probably gnaw on it on the way home, and then it ruins dinner.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's wise.
Portugal. My wife just visited Portugal with my sister, I guess about a year and a half ago. She said it was incredible. and it's like the hot tourist place now. I'm surprised they're trying to get people to move and making deals, but those who qualify for a program called the Emprego Interior MAIS program is aimed at supporting struggling regions through migration. So they'll take an area of Portugal where they'd like to beef it up.
Have you been to Portugal?
I've never been, but those who qualify can get financial help, about $3,000 to subsidize relocation costs. Going to cost you more than that to move to Portugal. But then you get a stipend while you establish your residency.
Ooh, we might have to move there instead, Steve.
All right, let me make a note of that.
Well, the Algars.
I got to call the movers and tell them there's been a change.
There you go.
So there you go. So here's what we've learned. Yes, there are places you can move and people will pay you. Yes, you're right. Your kids like their dogs and their cats better than you. Maybe we should leave Jeff Bezos and his fiancée alone. Maybe not. You probably should spend less time in the bathroom on your phone. And if you have a fear of people's opinions, you got to figure out a way to cope with that and move forward.
That's right. That's right. One day at a time, as they say.
If I had my insurance card, I'd hold it up now. Maybe we could just do the paperwork separately for this therapy session.
I'm filling you for a double session.
As you should. As you should. By the way, as your position as a very funny therapist, you do stand-up occasionally. And you also are very passionate about music, I know. So when you have
actually, this laptop's on a piano. You can't see it, literally, in my lobby.
Nice.
The Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it almost sounded like you were backstage at a concert a couple of times.
That's right. I thought maybe I'd play a little song.
Can you play?
No, I can, but I'm not going to. But it's just, I just wanted to show you that I actually was.
That was very impressive. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Fail.
I like it very much. And soon, for being on, you're going to get one of these. Survive 2025 shirt somewhere in the hat as well. Because that's America's slogan for me. It's 100% cotton therapy. We all need to survive 2025. And again, we spent a lot of time on the sign. Let's see. There we go. 100% tariff-free.
100% tariff-free.
Yes.
Survive 2025
.us. .us.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought I was giving a link. I thought I was doing a charity.
.us, yeah.
Survive 2025 .us.
Yeah, order yours today. Order yours today.
Videotape this too?
Oh, yeah. We're on YouTube, honey. YouTube, yep. That's exactly right. Yep.
I would have got camera ready.
Oh, you look great. You look great. All right, so you'll be back for Live from my office. In the meantime, I thank you for doing this. It's another episode of Anything But Politics, and I hope, like me, you feel better.
I think I'm cured.
Oh, fantastic. Wow.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
All right, talk to you again soon.
Bye.
Okay.
Take care.
Don't hang up. Don't hang up. Don't hang up. Stand by one sec here. That was great. I hope that was fun for you because that was...
Thank you for listening to Live from My Office, a service of Monkey Run Productions. All rights reserved. The podcast is hosted by Steve Cochran, and it's mixed, edited, and produced by me, Ross Cochran. Support the show by subscribing wherever you're listening and by telling your friends about it. Follow Steve on all social media channels, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And make sure you check out this episode's show notes for relevant information discussed during the conversations. You can also email the show directly at thecochranshow@gmail.com with any questions or comments. And that's the best place to tell us about your favorite nonprofit so we can make sure we mention them on the next episode. Steve is available for corporate speaking gigs. He would love to MC your event. And occasionally, he's funny. Thank you for listening. Head to cochranshow.com for more.